We need something rockin' for this opener. Something that sounds like racing cars. Yeah, A. A's good, but where do we go from A? C, that's nice. Bit of chunka. Bit of that. Where do we go from C though? That sounds like, D, that's pretty cool. That sounds like something. I don't know. Must be something obscure. A, C, and D. Now we need something that sounds like shifting gears down. Nah, that sounds like more like a rock hitting the windscreen. Yeah, that's it. Chicka chat. Then we go back to the A, back to the C, but it's getting repetitive, so maybe we put in a big AC/DC chord. Yeah! Great big G with a D note. And speaking of D, why don't we do a D chord? That's pretty good. And then we put it all together and we get... Hello, slot car adventurers, and welcome back to the continuing saga of the Great Scenery Construction Caper. Since last time, I've been busy adding a few little finishing touches to the Predator Gorge footbridge. Nothing too elaborate, just a few extra handrails and a canopy on top of the observation deck. All we need now is a whole bunch of spectators and camera folk to populate this area of the circuit. And judging by the overwhelming reaction, this part of the scenery is definitely a resounding success, but we're just getting started. At the far end of the circuit, I've started work on 2 more Mountains of Doom. Once again, I'm recycling some cardboard to get the rudimentary shapes, and this time I've got to do an embankment as well. Once again, I'm using some Parfix expanding foam. I really like this product. It's easy to use, spreads evenly, and I haven't come across a faulty can yet. I'm approaching these pretty much the same as the others, just applying a nice thick application of the foam so I've got plenty to work with. And of course a more is more approach is just the ticket. There's actually not a lot more of this sort of thing to do after these ones, maybe a couple more embankments, but that's about it. Lots of other things to keep us busy though. And there we are, 2 more Mountains of Doom on the way and a nice long embankment as well. Now while I was at the hardware picking up that expanding foam, I came across these, Econo Seal. This is your typical door and window foam seal. Noticing that it's more or less exactly the same thickness as the Carrera track, I had somewhat of an epiphany. Now on any typical racetrack, wherever there aren't shoulders, there's usually a nice clear white borderline along the edges of the track. And before I start laying ballasts and grasses and all that sort of thing, I thought I'd try this stuff out and just see what the result is like. This weather seal is self-adhesive. You just peel off the backing and stick it on, which when you think about it is an extra bonus because it'll help hold the track together. It'll also absorb a little vibrational noise as well, which is a definite plus given how loud this circuit can get at times. Now feast your eyes on that. I think that looks pretty darn good. An easy to install, uber effective and super affordable way of getting a nice white border on the edges of your track. I'm going to keep going. And by the time I lay ballast and grasses and all those finer little scenic touches, I think this is going to look really good. Then we'll add a bunch of trees and little tyre walls. I've got plenty of those tyres. And then perhaps a couple more magnetic racing models, some lighting, and then I think we'll be just about done. And look at that. I think this weather seal trick was definitely a great idea. Guess what? We got some more mail.
Ooh, show us your package.
Here's another fun package from AliExpress. Or at least I hope it's going to be fun. It certainly looked good on the website. What do you suppose it is? Well, it's banged about a bit. A little bit of damage there on the corners. They could have packaged it a little bit better, I think. But anyway, let's open it up and see if everything's okay inside. Wow, that's a lot of pieces. That's going to take a while to put together. And everything looks okay, no damage. Lots of different little parts. What's that, a light?
Ooh, they actually work.
And on that note, let's put this thing together right now. I'm excited. There's no actual instructions, rather just a picture on the back of the box. And most of it is not in English. So, yeah. Must be one of those universally self-explanatory model kits. I think that goes there. And there's another one. Yeah, and another one there. That leaves one more, I guess. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fancy that. Now we'll put this top bit together. I think that goes on there. Looks sort of like the picture. That one. Yeah, get it on there. Oh dear. Well, that bloody dog's barking again and again. Oh, there we go. One top section complete. Now we add the best part, the little lights. Seems to be a few options here. You can have them freestanding or you can click on these little mounty bits. Good thing I've had plenty of experience working with rock bands and the like. This is just like a miniature version of setting up a real stage. All the rigging and that. The 4 little lights just click on and then they're fully adjustable. Amazing. And they have these little 3-way switches which I haven't quite worked out yet, but they appear to be changing colour. This thing is amazing value for just $15. So here's what we're going to do. I've got this new Lamborghini 132 scale die-cast supercar. And alongside of it, the Lykan Hypersport. You might have seen one of these in the Fast and Furious movies. It's said to be one of the most expensive supercars on the planet, complete with a holographic dashboard display. Wow. So let's put this little scene together. I prepared the backdrop last week, and now we have the stage set. Let's add our promotional Lamborghini, and how about our promotional Lykan Hypersport? Nice, but there's something missing. One of those, and one of those. That's better. Our awesome pit babes finally have their own digs. All they need now is an audience. Yeah, not bad at all. A great little scenic addition for the back of the pit area. And just check out those lights. Amazing. I'm taking pretty much the same approach as I did with the other mountains, first beginning with a fairly mid to dark shade of grey. Next, I'm using the wet brush technique to add some black paint into those little crevices and nooks and crannies. You just let the watered down mixture do its trick, and then you use a larger dry brush to sweep over and even it all out. And then once all that dries, it's time for the lighter grey shade. You apply it all over the surface, but don't worry about those nooks and crannies. Leave those darker shades to do their thing. Then finally, it's time for the dry brush technique. You get a little bit of white paint on your brush, wipe it off on the paper, and just flick it across the surface. Now, some people may want to apply this in a more subtle manner. For me, I'm going a bit more heavy-handed. I really like the grey shades without any earthy tones. And so these highlights really make the whole thing pop. And now that that's done, it's time to put them into place and see what they look like. There's one. And there's another one. Complete with a nice long embankment. Wow, that worked out really well. And they seem so much easier to put together this time. Now I'm just going to make a bunch of logo signs and attach them to the mountains. In fact, if you've got a slot car channel and you'd like to see your logo displayed here on this corner, let me know in the comments. Maybe we'll call it YouTube Pass or something like that. We'll see. And that's all the mountains I'll be building for this circuit. There's a couple more embankments to do, but then that's it for the squirty squirt. What a shame. And on that note, thanks for watching, Slot Car Adventurers. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Very important for the growth of the channel. And I love reading all those comments.
Until next time.